If you have a Bibles with you, I want to open a couple of scriptures. We're doing Genesis 37, 5 and 9, 41, 46, 42, and verse 6. So we'll start with Genesis 37, 5 and 9. And Joseph dreamed a dream and told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. They hated him before, so when he had a dream, they hated him the more. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brethren, and said, behold, I have dreamed a dream more. So the one he had before was a phase of a dream. This was another phase of that same dream, because dreams are in phases. No dream is unveiled totally at once. He says, behold, I dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. Chapter 41, verse 46. And Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and throughout all the land of Egypt. 42 and verse 6. We're going to marry them together very soon. 42 and verse 6. Let's read this loud and clear. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and it was that sold to all people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth. Hallelujah. The battle of your dream. I want to share on the battle of your dream. Once God forms a man and opens up a glorious destiny for that man, God implants in that man an impression. God implants in that man a vision. God implants in that man. Once God crafts a man and God connects the man to a great future, in between the crafting of the man and the connection of the great future, God implants an impression, which is called a dream. When that dream is implanted, organically that dream attracts confrontations. Organically that dream attracts battles. And you know the Bible says in 2 Corinthians 4:17, he said, for this light affliction, which is for the moment, worketh for us. Somebody say, for us. How can affliction be working for me? How can challenge be working for me? How can you say affliction is working for me? God is saying, you see it as an affliction, but the end result is in your favor. You see it today as a battle, but the end result is to make you better. You see it today as a challenge, but what that challenge communicates and conveys is a destiny that is outstanding. Am I talking to somebody here? Look at a man like Job. Job went through all kinds of battle. The four fundamentals that boost a man's masculinity was taken from Job. The four fundamentals that raises a man's ego was taken from Job. The first was his wealth. With all due respect, a man without money is not living. You must understand that his wealth was taken. Whether you agree or not, money gives color to every other thing. That's what the Bible says. It's a defense. Am I speaking here? So the wealth was taken. He lost all in one day. Health was taken. Sir, no matter how much you have, if you are sick, you are poor. No matter how wealthy you are, if you lack health, you are poor. No matter how great are you, have you seen some very wealthy people, some blessed people, some extravagantly, significantly wealthy and rich people? People have amassed so much wealth. It is a small young boy that will be telling them, turn here. Turn here. Injection. Turn here. Turn here. Turn here. Am I talking to somebody here? Because despite your wealth, despite what you have, sickness is a leveler. It levels everybody. Health was taken. The thought that was taken from him was family. A man with wealth, a man with health, but with a crisis in family is a man who will be distraught and heartbroken. What did Job do? Job was a product of two elephants that were fighting. God and Satan were discussing. They say when two elephants fight. So Job was the grass that was suffering from two elephants that were fighting. Am I communicating here? Am I communicating? Just an argument. Job was the end result of a celestial experiment. Let's try and see if he would deny. It was the end result of a celestial argument. It was the end result of a celestial permutation and debate. Both of them were arguing. Okay, let's use him as an experiment. And the Bible says he lost family and he lost honor. All his friends came wanting him to confess what he knew nothing about. What did you do? You lost your children. Job, confess. So what did you join? 7 children died in one day. What did you join? What did you join? Job said, are you okay? I didn't join anything. Listen. You can talk to us. This is a safe space. This is a safe space. You can open up to us. Have you been in a situation where people start giving you names that you don't own? Saying all kinds of things. I mean, God is opening door. He's favoring you by his mercy. And we see we are in a generation where good things are being attributed to the devil and bad things attributed to God. When a person is sick, it's God's will. A man is blessed. What do you put hand? Somebody says, oh, that man of God is being used because he's using something. You that is not using something, you are not being used. What a shame. What a disgrace. When I hear things like that, I get angry. I get offended. Somebody's wealthy. You say he has joined something. The problem, you are watching too many Yoruba movies. So your mind is being corrupted. Nollywood has affected you. Are you following I'm talking about? African magic has poisoned your brain. Once somebody is blessed, you are looking at him. Look at the brother that testified the other day. God blessed and changed his story. And his family member called him. Are your children complete? He said, yes. What of your kidney? Because as far as they are concerned, you must. Are you following I'm talking about? A pastor that is diabolic will do better than me. Is he mad? From where? I'm connected to God. I'm spending time with God. Then you go to the cemetery, go to burial ground. You bury something on the ground. You do better. How? The earth is the Lord. The earth is not Satan's. The earth is the Lord. The earth is not demons. Am I communicating here? I was preaching somewhere in London, and I said to them, it's when you believe these things can hurt you that they will hurt you. A woman who does not know God was scrolling through Facebook, and when it was done, she saw the daughter there. She told the daughter, he said, I saw you in church in Suleman's place. I said, yes. He said, that thing he said is true. It's when you believe charms will work that they work. When you are scared of them, when you believe they will work, they work. Am I communicating? Job lost honor. He lost wealth, he lost health, he lost family, he lost honor. Because there was a plan. The Bible says when Job started, in Job chapter 1 verse 3, he was the richest man in all the east. But when God was done with him, in Job 42 verse 12 and 13, he was the richest man in all the earth. So between the richest man in all the east and all the earth, God had to take him through a transition. If you read verse 16, the Bible says after this, Job lived 140 years. After that period, everybody thought he was dying. After that period, everybody thought it was over with him. After that period, everybody thought Job was so sick that he has scabies on his skin. He could not afford drugs to take care of himself. He took potsherd and began to scrape his skin. The only person left was his wife. Why did God leave the wife? God kept the wife because after the loss of the children, God kept the wife. That was an evidence that they could produce more children. God kept the wife because Job needed somebody to stand with him in faith. You know, there is always something left. No matter what you've lost, everything is not gone. There is always something left. When Ruth was the only one left, Naomi lost husband, lost sons, lost everything. It was Ruth left. There is always something left. Everything is not gone. Everything is not totally taken. Stop seeing what the enemy has done. Focus on what God has preserved. Focus on what God has kept with you. Am I communicating here? So we are going through something, going through a pain in life. Look at Jesus, the Son of God. 1 Corinthians 2, verse 7 to 8. First Corinthians chapter 2 from verse 7 to 8, the Bible says, for we speak the wisdom of God in a mystery. What is the wisdom of God in a mystery? Which God ordained before the world unto our glory. Look at verse 8. Look at verse 8. Look at the wisdom of God, which none of these princes of this world knew. For had they known it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. The wisdom of God in a mystery is that in your pain is your gain. The wisdom of God in a mystery is that in your problem is your promise. He said, if they had known. Do you know how Jesus died? He was crucified. Brethren, look at me. Crucifixion is the most shameful death. It is reserved for notorious criminals. It is reserved what's corresponding what? Kidnappers. That's the proper terrain now. Kidnappers. You know kidnappers? Those who shameful. When a family member is crucified, the other family members hide. They hide their head because they walk on the street. People withdraw. It's a shameful death. It's a honorable. People, when you are crucified, then you are crucified naked. It's a shameful. They take your clothes, take everything. It's a shameful. As an example for every other one, every potential thief, everyone who has thieving in his anyone who has intention to go through that same thing, they remember that cross. So it was a shameful. That was what the princes of this world thought, that they were humiliating him, but they did not know that in that process is the glory of God. Why? He had to be crucified on the cross. When you are crucified on the cross, you are suspended from the earth, in between the earth. Am I communicating? Why did God make sure that happened? If Jesus was crucified on the land, he could not have had dominion over the earth, because you cannot save men from sin when your foot is touching the earth of sin. If Jesus had not been crucified from above, he would have no power to connect with God and to take man from the earth. That is why he said, if I be lifted up, I will draw all men. What they thought was robbery, mockery, shame, disgrace was an equation. In the plan and agenda of God. He says very clearly, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered him out of them all. No matter what you're going through, no matter your pain, no matter your affliction, no matter your shame, no matter your mockery, God will deliver you from it all. God will deliver you from it all. After this, Job lived 100. I like that verse 16. 140 years after this. Job 42:16. After this. And look at the generations he saw. Job 42:16. Look at this. He saw his sons. This was a man they thought was dying the next minute. He saw his sons. He saw and his sons' sons. Even for a man they thought was dying tomorrow. He saw his sons. His sons. I was talking with a man, and was talking to somebody on the phone. He said, yeah. Attend to them. When he was done, he said, I just gave instruction for my grandchildren, their fees. I said, many are they? He said, about 29. So I just told the account department to take care of their fees. I said, what about your children? I said, no, I can't be alive and my children are paying their children's fees. He said, no. I told them any money they have, they should just chop it. Anything, but for taking care of these children, fees, whatever they'll become, they should leave it. I'll take care of it. No, say they should eat it. But for their fees, any school in the world, anywhere in the world, they want to go. So I was talking to my account. He just total their fees. So I said he should pay. Yeah, now what a life. And he said to me, I pray God keeps me alive. He was talking of himself. I pray God keeps me alive, that those one's children. What a life. What a life. You are struggling for car, struggling for house. People are thinking legacy, vision, dream. That's what Joseph had. Dream. You see, dreams are preservatives. How do I explain this now? You know preservatives? Preservatives are elements and components that are applied to keep things from decadence. Women understand better. You want to preserve things, there are things you put. All right? Even to keep clothes, women know in that their box there is something, it has one kind of, what's it called? Please don't say it in public or count for. Don't call that in public. I knew that's what you wanted to say. and it's a preservative. So dreams are preservatives. A man with a dream is preserved. So long he has that dream, he keeps living. When you see ahead, you can't lose your head. When you see ahead, you can't lose your head. When you are proactive, you end up productive. When you are proactive, you end up productive. Men of proactivity become men of productivity. When a man can see tomorrow, he must exceed tomorrow. One day in Ukraine, they were celebrating. They were excited, dancing, celebrating. And Russia was coming. They came secretly through tunnels. They were going into Ukraine. Ukraine, their intelligence could not pick it. It was America that told them that Russians are on their way in 24 hours. He said, no, we didn't see anything. They said, we are talking to you. What we saw. That's why they are called superpower. Because they can see what you are not seeing. An American was kidnapped here, and the terrorists had boldness to call America to say, pay ransom. They say, pay what? They didn't see anything. Through the permission of the Nigerian airspace, they just came, landed, took their chopper. Because from where they were, they saw where the clowns were. They picked the intelligence. They just moved to that area, masked up themselves, and just floated the atmosphere. In 30 seconds, everybody slept, including the ones we gone. They slept. They just walking there. Plus their own man that was sleeping, they carried him. All the ones that were there, pop, dropped them, entered the distance, and took off. Quietly. Say, we should pay what? They just tracked where exact spot. Didn't see anything. Entered the country quietly. Flew there from the air. Flitted everywhere. Everybody plus animal went into a state of comatose. They just went in there, carried their old person that was, you see passports, your passport. When passport rankings are on the platform of how citizens are treated, passport ranking. If you want to, you can fact check me why passports get higher ranking. It's either number one, when people avoid illegal immigration. An American cannot do everything to come to Nigeria. No. But Nigerian can do everything. Illegal immigration or visa overstay. When you give an American man a 3 months visa in Nigeria, he's leaving. You give a Nigerian a 3 months visa in America, he will stay 3 years. Also, all of those things reduce. I'm talking of how passports are ranked. When you hear that a nation, and the economy also. When you hear that a nation drops, because we are a bunch of people that are visionless. That's the truth. He had a dream. He had another dream. As you progress in life, different angles of your dream is unveiled. You can have a dream today, and tomorrow God shows you another side of your dream. Many are confused, but I saw myself in a salon. I thought God wanted me to have a salon. This thing, I saw myself in a restaurant. No, the other thing you saw is another side of your dream. He dreamed, and he dreamed again, and he dreamed again, and he dreamed again, and he dreamed again, and he dreamed again. He saw God's plan. There is no promise without a problem. Every promise of God must attract contention. God's choice is the devil's target. Sir, anything God anoints attracts Satan. Anything anointed of God attracts wickedness. Anything anointed of God attracts confrontation. Anything anointed of God attracts warfare. The life of Joseph shows us the dangers of sibling rivalry. When people come from the same family and one person seems to be doing better than the other, and the person happens to be younger in age, there's a rivalry. I beg of you, if anybody is lifted in your family, celebrate that person, because the lifting of that one is the lifting of all. Even if they don't hear your name, they should hear your sister's name. So long as your sister, that is still you, is the same blood in your system. You are not angry that God has lifted your brother, because this my brother that is lifted is me. The fact that I say it's my brother, I get some level of honor. The fact that I say this is my sister, I get some level of honor. Am I talking to somebody here? I met a lady one time in a particular state house. I said, I've seen you 5 times. I've come to pray. Anytime I'm in crusade in this place, the governor invites me to pray. I said, 5 times I've been here in 2 years, and I've seen you every time. Who are you? She said, I'm governor's sister. That's our own office. Governor's sister. Sister to governor. I said, shake my hand, correct. He said, where will I be before? My brother is here. I will protect him. I said, you they protect or you they chop? That is our own office. Not somebody sitting somewhere and they didn't call me. You go, hunger will kill you. If you are waiting for a man that's been lifted and busy to call you, somebody who is busy, is my brother, he didn't call me. Let him stay, let him enjoy his money. He will enjoy it, sir, and nothing will happen. You know your problem in all these movies you are watching, that one man was rich, another man was poor. The man that was rich forgot the poor man. Later the man that was rich became poor, and the man that was poor became, you go away tired. When I was growing up, there were people that were richer than me. Now they're still richer than me. Nothing has changed. Are you following what I'm talking about? What African movies have done to our mind. So you are not helping me to not worry. Tomorrow you see what will happen. Tomorrow you see what. Sir, when God has blessed someone in your family, extend yourself. Be around that person. It can be your younger brother. That your younger brother has an accountant that is older than you. That your younger brother has somebody older than you working for him. What is stopping you being around there? Stay around there. Stay there. It's possibly rivalry. Joseph said, I saw a dream. And in that dream, I saw you all, you became stars. Because I saw 11 stars, 11 brothers. I saw them bowing down to my star. The brothers only heard bow. They didn't hear star. They only heard bow. They didn't hear star. They didn't hear that if his own dream comes to pass, there will be stars in his dream. All they heard was bow. How can I bow? Sir, even if I will bow, so long I will be a star, I will bow. Oh, nobody's following what I'm talking about. Sibling. A brother and a sister not talking to each other. One has been lifted. An opportunity for another. When God wants to lift a family, he picks one person. Through that person begins to lift that family. Begins to decorate and announce that family. But pettiness, he won't call me. Okay, let's see now if I will call him. You are dying, you have not paid your rent. Let me remind you. You better call him. Call your uncle, call him. No, with me, even if I'm suffering and dying, I don't care. No problem. Since they are giving you award, channels will give you award for suffering. Continue. You better reach out to that person that has been lifted by God. Reach out to that person. Am I communicating here? Reach out to that person. Reach out to that person. Reach out to that person. We wanted to use a particular location somewhere in the country many years ago. And they said, we can't use the place. And I said, why? They said, we can't use the place. That we can't use the place, blah, blah, blah. Said all kinds of things. And someone said, the only person that is even more powerful than the governor, in other words, because of how he stood with the governor, is the SSG of that state. When they told our leaders in the crusade, Tim, those ones said to me, I said, I don't know him. I don't know who knows him. I was supposed to reach out to me and mention this. I said, that guy was my classmate in school. He was my classmate. Give me his number. They gave me his number. I said, good day, sir. How are you, sir? Yes, sir. Now the first until I hand the long pass. Yes, sir. He said, who is this? I said, Apostle. So he called me a name they were calling me in school. So we started laughing. He said, I've been looking for you to pray for me. I kept quiet. I said, this sounds good. This sounds good. They find me. It sounds good. He said, I've been looking for you to pray for me. My wife watches you a lot. We love your ministry. This is why you call me. Jesus, I'm blessed. What is it? I said, we want to. He said, come, carry. Use. Will you come by yourself or it's your people that are coming? I said, I'm coming. He said, I'll be there throughout. I'll be there. What of cars? You need cars. What of security? You need security. What of this? He said, I will bring His Excellency. I will bring the full cabinet. I will bring. But I called. I started with sir. Yes, sir. I didn't go, hello. Hey, my guy. You are too proud. You are too proud. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Avoid sibling rivalry. The first battle of your dream is the battle of discouragement. Discouragement. Sir, when God gives you a dream, there are many forces that will rise up against that dream. And it is to puncture your emotions. It's to puncture your excitement. Discouragement. Discouragement is when passion is quietened. To quieten you is when courage is extinguished. That's discouragement. Discouragement is when your spirit is depressed. That's discouragement. Discouragement is the departure of enthusiasm. When there is nothing enthusiastic. Discouragement is the absence of motivation. Departure of enthusiasm. You look at yourself, you have no reason to push anymore. You have no reason. Nothing in you compels you to put pressure to life. Discouragement. Discouragement. Discouragement is when you are dispirited, you are disheartened. Discouragement is when you are emasculated, you are deterred. Discouragement. In Joshua chapter 1 verse 9, when Joshua took over the mantle, the Lord was very specific in talking to him. He said, I've commanded thee. He said, be strong and of a good. In other words, this thing I've given you, I've told you, you are going to be great. But as you go, you will see things that will shake your faith. In this venture, things, can I beg you? No matter the gang up you see, it should not affect your courage level. No matter the conspiracy you see, you should be courageous. Am I speaking to somebody here? Courage is not the absence of shaking. It is resilience in the midst of shakings. It's not the absence of shaking. It is resilience in the midst of shake akobata, that you are seeing confusion, you are still standing. You are seeing mountains, you are still standing. You are seeing obstacles, you are still standing. You are seeing resistance, you are still standing. You have this confidence in your heart. I know my Redeemer. Be discouraged. Be discouraged. Be discouraged. Some people just sit down and they start thinking of what does not exist and start crying. A lady young girl was crossing the road. Stood in the middle. People were applying the horn. One of them came, pulled her hand. Said, if you want to die, go and die at home. Don't put us in trouble. By the way, why are you crying? Something just flashed my mind. What flashed your mind? As I was crossing the road, my mother sent me now to buy something. As I was crossing the road, I was just thinking that if a vehicle hit me now, and anything happened to me, would my mother cry? She's wicked. She will not cry. Nothing has happened to her. Nothing has happened. She's thinking that if something happened, what a yeyetic worrying. Have you seen? Very yeyecious. A worry. People worry over what does not exist. What cannot happen. What if? What if what you fear is what you attract? That's the truth. What you fear is what you attract. And that's why you must mind what you hear. Because what you hear can affect what you fear. When people are discussing ailments and illnesses around you, please, sir, you are not in medical school. Close your ears. Have you heard the latest disease? Are you a doctor? What do you want to know the latest sickness for? Doctors know the latest so they can navigate cure around it. What you cannot cure, why will you know? There's one latest disease that is out. You say, hey, tell me. They say when it comes, the person's nose has a way. You shake them, start looking at your nose. Hey. And there is one, it normally starts with one pimple. And the pimple will be on the side of the ear. As they are talking, your hand is going. Say, Which side of the ear? See, actually, it's around the exterior. Hey. And how do you feel? And it also affects the right leg. The leg is shaking. Check it. You are learning procedures. You see, nobody can see it if he doesn't think it. Nobody can take it if he doesn't think it. If you don't think sickness, you can't end up sick. You don't think disease, you can't end up diseased. You don't think infirmity. Battles are real, but every battle is to check your courage level. Every confrontation is to check if you give up. Joseph saw his own brothers. There's nothing as shaking and painful as when your blood rises up against you. If enemies fight you, it's understandable. But when your own blood, they are not just out to cheat you, they are out to bury you. A man was being buried alive. The brothers of Joseph, personally, I fear them. Ask me why. Ask me why. The brothers of Joseph lied to their father that an animal has slain Joseph. They killed an animal, rubbed his coat with blood. And for 13 years, all of them maintained that lie. No one betrayed another. I fear those guys. Nobody betrayed. They were loyal to themselves, that they kept a lie. Nobody told their wife that now told the co-wife. And now they maintained a lie for 13 years with straight face. That's why the father could not believe when they said Joseph was now prime. He said, how? I'm sure they were even doing remembrance, anniversary of his death. They did everything to make the father's mind off him. He maintained that lie. You know what it means when people think that Joseph just forgave his brothers when he saw them. No. He put them in prison. Did he pay them? Oh, that's what they taught you, that he just saw his brothers and just pardoned them and let them go. It's okay. Oh, don't worry, God. He put them in prison first. 3 days, no food. Before you look, you say, I fear God. I fear God. In the book of Genesis, I think 40 something, he put them in prison for 3 days. After he said, I fear God. The thing got to him. His own brothers were rehearsing and practicing his death. Go back to verse 17. Go back to verse 17. Let's read together. 1, 2, go. Okay, go to verse 16. Hold on. Verse 16, so that you can have a proper context. Send one of you, let him fetch your brother, and ye all shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh surely he has spies. You know what he was doing? He was getting back at them. 1 to go. Put them all together into what? 3 days. Verse 18. Joseph said unto them on the third day, this do I live, and I fear God. The thing got to, so you think that forgiveness is memory loss? Forgiveness is not memory loss. When people hurt you and you react, you are being human. You are not a sinner. But don't take your action beyond that place. Don't take your action. So people say, you offend me, I'm trying to react. Say, are you not a Christian? You that did it, you didn't know I was a Christian before you did it. You offend me as a pastor, I'm taking steps. You say, pastor, why can't you leave matter for God? Did you leave me for God before you offended me? In this matter now, God is not even involved. The Bible says the heavens of heaven in the Lord, the earth has given to the sons of men. Somebody insult you on social media, you shouldn't respond. God does not have a Twitter handle. God does not use his Facebook. God, it is for men. Let's talk as men. Leave God. This one, God does not use Instagram. God does. What is God's Instagram handle? You insult me on Instagram, I insult you too. Both of us are. It's banter. It's called banter. So don't bring my religion into it. Apostle, are you not a child of God and you are insulting me? Are you not a child of the devil? Why will you insult me too? People gaslight you and you are shaking. They gaslight you and you think that's spirituality. Jesus look at Herod rather. He said, let me speak to this fox. You know what a fox is? A fox is a mad dog. Which insult is more than that? He said, let me go and talk to this fox, this mad dog. Am I communicating here? People take advantage of what they call religion to oppress people and shut their mouth. And many of you are victims of that. Somebody's throwing shades at you, humiliating you, and he said you should not respond. You should not respond. So response are not problem. It is how did you respond? Am I telling you something here? You know what Jesus said? He says, settle your case with your adversary, lest he takes you to court. He didn't say he should not take you. He said, settle or else they will take you. So it's very important that you don't allow people gaslight you and people make you feel handicapped. Render you. And there are some of you looking at me right now. The only problem you have is that everything gets to you. That's discouragement. Papa, what do you mean, Papa? Don't you know I am very emotional? Everything gets to you. You cry. Somebody does something, you are broken. Somebody does, you have to toughen up. You have to toughen up. Thank you, media. Matthew 5:25. Agree with the adversary quickly, while thou and the way with him. Let at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. He didn't say it's wrong. He just said agree, or else you end up in prison. Make peace. I wish I'm talking to somebody here. Very important. My context is when every one of us, there is nobody who wants to become gold that won't pass through fire. Fire is not a beautiful experience. When you pass through the fire, no matter the heat, you stand tall. Any man you see that's great today, ask him for their stories. When you hear their story, you discover that their glory will not have been desirable. When you hear their story, you discover that the trophy they have today will not have been desirable. When they juxtapose the story and the glory, you're like, no, I can't go through this. Because it was full of pain. It was full of mockery. It was full of shame. Isaiah 42 verse 4. Am I blessing somebody? Isaiah 42 verse 4. And it shall not fail, nor be discouraged, till he set judgment in the earth. And the isle shall wait for his law. He shall not fail or be discouraged. So once a man gets discouraged, he's applying for failure. Once a man gets discouraged, he opens up himself for failure. You have to be defiant. You have to be defiant. You see, nothing will boost your courage like comparing your problem to God. When you compare your battle to yourself, you compare your battle to your region, then you'll be discouraged. Why was David bold? When he looked at Goliath, he looked at God. Before God, this is too small. Never compare your problem with yourself. Compare your problem with your God. Never compare, I repeat it, your problem with yourself. Compare your problem with your God. Report your problem to God. Elijah was suicidal. He got to a point where he was saying in 1 Kings 19 verse 4, he said he's not better than his father. God should take his life. Meaning what he was going through, despite the anointing. Let me shock you. How many of you know Elijah commanded fire from heaven? And 450 prophets of Baal, 400 prophets of Baal, 450 of the group were killed. But he ran from Jezebel. I want to believe that Elijah must have prayed privately against Jezebel. And nothing happened. A man that killed 850 men could not kill a woman. So that's why he was discouraged. Why is this thing not working? I commanded fire, it came. Who is this woman? Jezebel said, I will take off your head by this time tomorrow. Jezebel said that to him. He said, tell Elijah I will take off his head. Meaning, by this time tomorrow, he will be dismembered, he will be dead. Elijah ran and stayed under the tree and said, God, take my life. If you really wanted to die, the person that wanted to kill you, when they are hearing people now seeing death, they don't want to die, they need sympathy. The strength of suicide is secrecy. People that really want to kill themselves, they just do it silently. When you hear somebody say, "You want to die," one day we were in New York. There was a serious traffic. What was going on? A young man brought a gun and said, "Want to blow up himself." Anybody come in, he will threaten them. So they go back. So the NYPD, the police, the New York department said, "Please take it easy. Think of your parents. Think of your loved one." So I was asking, why this traffic? So me, in my Nigerianness, I came there to go and look. He went to kill himself. I didn't want to say, die now, let's pass. Later I said, "Apostle, Nigeria has affected your man." They said, "Think of your parents." He said, "No, I'm depressed. I lost my girlfriend. She left me." He put gun. When I come to him, he said, "I'm going to kill you." I was looking, I said, can this officer just shoot this guy? This traffic is too much. Later I went to the car and said, "God have mercy on me. Nigeria has affected. In this country, we beg you not to die. We are too many. 2010, one of the mothers of a choir member came to me, and she came to my house, was crying, rolling on the floor. I came out, I said, "Mama, what's going on?" "It's your daughter, oh, she want to commit suicide, oh, please come, oh." So what? Entered the vehicle, I put her in the car, we drove there. I saw the young lady, 2-story building. You know the railings of a story building, that iron, the railing. She stood. When I came, "Oh, Papa is here. Kunle, you did this to me, I'm going to die. Kunle." The brothers were downstairs. Please, if you come close." So I just took the two brothers. I pushed them to one corner. Put the other, push. I said, "Jump." I said, "Madam, how many children do you have?" He said, "She has 5. I said, "Okay, -1, that's 4. There are still many. Jump." "Oh, Papa." I said, "Jump." I said, "That you jump." "Oh, my blood will be on your head." I said, "No problem. Jump." Jump. Guess what? Sister was on really she pole. "Papa, if you leave, I'm going to jump." I said, "My friend, come down from there. Let us talk." And she now came down. She was not walking. I said, "Stop this drama. What happened?" He said, "Kunle." And that Kunle was a problem to me. It was a problem to OFM. I'm not joking. That guy engaged, thank God. Thank God he has married this kind. Engaged more than 5 sisters and was playing all of them well. Sometimes we'll come to church with Anko with this one. Same church. Next Sunday we Anko with the next one. Same church. And all of them with fish brain. I was talking, this guy, when we say bring people to us, you think we are trying to control. No, it's because we know all the crooks. When we say bring people to us, we know those who have brought people to us before. That's why that boy told you, "I can't see Papa now, let's keep his secret." Because he know that I know him. Let's not see Papa now, just hold on. The young girl said, no, it's too early. Let's understand that somebody has brought her to me before. So I know her. That's why we say when you enter a relationship, let us see. Apart from spiritually vetting. One of our sons brought somebody last 2 Sundays. I saw the girl. When they left, I just said, "Not go there, not go there." He said, "Papa, I like her." I said, "You have a car?" He said, "Yes, I have 2. I said, "Okay." By the time she make you sell like 2 cars and 2 land. He said, "What?" I said, "I'm your father. Don't go there. Don't go there." It's not because the person is a bad person, but there are many adversaries. You see us a great door and effectual, but there are many. Am I communicating here? Don't be discouraged. Sir, every time Satan shows you your condition, remind him of your future. Anytime your condition is impressed on you, impose on your condition your future. Jesus, who for the joy set before him, humbled himself, despised the shame. Oh my God. Hebrews chapter 12 verse 1 and 2. Despise the shame. Despise the shame. Bring up verse 2. Bring up verse 2. Bring up verse 2. Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross. If you know what is set before you, you will endure today. Despise the shame. If you know what is set before you, you will despise the shame. You endure. What is courage? Enduring the cross and despising the shame. Courage is enduring the cross and despising the shame. Am I communicating here? The brothers hated him. Hate is a strong emotion. Hate. They hated him. They hated him. Rage. When a man is filled with hatred, is filled with rage, is filled with cruelty. Hated. They hated him before. You see, it was from the brothers of Joseph I knew that hatred, that's grade. Bible says they hated him the more. They hated him before. They now hated him. So there are grades. Don't be discouraged. The first battle of your dream is that you will see things that will discourage you, that want to stop you from keeping on. Number 2, distraction. The second battle of your dream is distraction. Distraction is attention outside your destination. Attention outside your destination. Distraction is Satan searching for your attention. Satan is searching for your attention. Satan is searching for your attention. Anytime you see distraction, it's because Satan is searching for your attention. The Bible tells us in verse 9 and verse 7 of Genesis 39, from verse 7, it said, every day the wife of Potiphar put pressure on Joseph. Lie with me. Lie with me. Joseph kept going to the room to clean up the room. He came to after this thing. The master cast her eyes upon Joseph and said, she said, lie with me. Bring other translations. Let's see that. Then after a time, his master's wife looked at Joseph with desire, and she said, lie with me. As time went on, the master's wife became infuriated with Joseph one day and said, sleep with me. Come and sleep lustfully. Come and sleep with me, she demanded. She put pressure on Joseph. Now, do you know if Joseph had done that, there would have been small benefits. Can I explain the benefits? As the houseboy, whenever they serve him food, there will be more meat. As the houseboy, as Madame's lover, there will be jeans and t-shirt. As Madame's lover, there will be iPhone 17. I think 18 is coming out. Is it August is coming out? Okay. These people, they just keep bringing it and you keep buying. They keep bringing. Africa just keep buying. I saw an American billionaire is using iPhone 12. And I've seen broke people in Nigeria iPhone 17. Do with that information whatever you want. But I can tell you, stop trying to look rich to people who are broke. He will get iPhone, but in him was the governor of a region. A man that was meant to control the whole earth would have been distracted by small benefits. Small benefits, what he is enjoying today, is carried away. Please be seated. Be carried away by what is enjoying today. One of the great men with Bishop David Oyedepo was telling me a story. They had a pastor that was one of their top pastors many years ago. They sent him to buy something, and he told the person that was selling it to issue a receipt adding 2 naira. So he would take 1 naira. Then 1985, he would take 1 naira and give the man 1 naira. So the man wrote it, you understand, a deal, and handed the receipt. So when he came, the bishop said, okay, that thing went bad after a year. So they sent somebody else to go and buy. The person bought. A year later, 2 naira less. They were worried. So they called that person. I say, see. Oh, is it one man that's like this, like this? Say yes. Oh, he told me to write this. And he was taken out of the ministry. He said in the 90s and the early 2000s, when all of them became bishops and they're bishops all over the world, they saw the man struggling and they said to themselves, because of 2 naira. Because of 2 naira. That this guy is the way he is today because of 2 naira. Distraction. When the devil tries to distract you, please focus on what you will lose than what you will gain. If I take this money, what will I lose? I will lose trust. Somebody gave me money to keep. If I run away with it, my peace is affected. If I spend it, trust is affected. Always see what you stand to lose than what you stand. What you stand to gain is that you want to buy something. What you stand to gain is that you want to do this. But always think of what you stand to lose. I wish you are getting something here. Always remember what you stand to lose. You take somebody's phone. What do you stand? Why would they put tire on your neck? Because of charger that you stole. Always, whenever you check out, this is what I stand to lose, not what you stand to gain. There are people that can't walk. Are you aware there are people that are living in hiding now? Because of something they did years ago. They are living in hiding. There are people that can't walk into places with confidence. There are young ladies that can no more stay in certain locations. Because more than 5 girls have come to their house to beat them. More than 5 people came to their house, beat them. Because she took one of them's male friend. So they came, a 5-fold ministry, sandpaper her. Took off her clothes, did it on video. So she's ashamed. When you think of what you stand to lose, you are seeing money, money is seeing you. You open your boss's drawer, look at money, look at you, look at money. In fact, there's a way the money start calling you. Come. As you are looking at the money, all the ideas of how your boss may have forgotten the money, the ideas of the pressure on you, money is calling you. But what will make you close the drawer? I want to maintain honesty. I want to maintain honesty. I want to be trusted. Because that thing you need money for cannot solve your entire problem. It will solve immediate and there will still be problem again. But guess what? Trust is gone. There are people I can't send to buy things. I can give them prayer point too. For prayer I can give them. But say, take money. No. I love them too much to do that. I can't risk it. There are some brothers who are very anointed. But I can't send a message through a sister to them. No. I can't. I will send a brother like them to talk to them. So I will send a sister, say, deliver this. I tried that on one brother. I warned him ahead. Don't ask her for phone number or see who the father is. He's a commissioner of police. But she's bringing this thing for you. He said, yes, sir. What did I say? Don't ask her for phone number. I said to my daughter, give him this thing. She still came back and told me, he was asking me, when can we hang out? You don't understand me. I warned him. I told him. It's in the body. It's a body. In the body. He says, sir, do you say it's a pastor? I said, yes, one of my. She was asking me, when can we hang out? I said, eh? That's what he asked me. He has called me like twice. I said, please, if your father hears this, somebody will sleep in prison. And I called the young guy. I said, no. And you know, criminals always have ready answers. She said, no. There are some things I noticed when she came. So I told her, I would like to give her a word. I said, word, kill you there. Word, kill you there. Which word do you have that I don't have? Why have I not given her that word? Now, look at this. Do you know what he has done? He has closed that door. because he couldn't say no to that emotion. He couldn't say no. So I can't risk it again. He has closed that door. And a lady who was saying sir to him is now saying, is it, pastor? If you know what you stand to lose, you see that your secretary in the office, if you know what you stand to lose, when that secretary is shaking bomb, what will be entering your head is disaster, 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 disaster. But no, that you are seeing what you want to enjoy there for a destiny that will be wasted, respect that will be gone. I wish I'm talking to somebody here. There will be distractions. In life, there are side attractions. When you fall for them, they become distractions. They are meant to be side attractions. Everything that the devil wants to take from a man of power, a woman of power, he won't use force. He won't use might. He will use what you love. He will enter your emotions and use what you love. Some men who can't control emotions become victims of distractions. When you can't control emotion, if your favorite food is pounded yam, Satan will tempt you with beans. He will go for what you love. What you see, you can't resist. He will look for the thing that has been configured into your emotion. If money is your weakness, Satan will bring money and flash it around you because he wants you to lose a greater thing ahead of you. If you love power, you love ego, you love might, then Satan will come for you in that department, that sphere of life. He's not going to go outside it. And that's why your biggest enemy is your weakness. Deal with it, fight it, conquer it, because that is where we'll come through. I wish I'm talking to somebody here. If alcohol is your weakness, Satan will come with water. He will come with alcohol. He will give you, and he will even give you scriptures to justify what you are doing. The only man of God you will love is Jesus turned water to wine. You will shout, yes! Yes! When the devil wants to keep you perpetually bound in sin, he will give you audience of the same mindset. You have people who think like you. People behave like you. You hang around the same kind of friends. All of you have the same weakness. All of you have the same problem. Hear me. Satan will come through your emotion. He will come through the desire for self-help. Distraction can come through the desire for self-help. Help yourself, oh. Help yourself, oh. This is an opportunity. You help yourself. So you are going out of line. Help yourself, oh. Help yourself. Be smart. You are going out of line. You are going out of line. Help yourself. Don't just watch. Help yourself. You are going out of line. You are trying to help yourself. You know, there are times that everything in life has a process. One time, there was some rats in the house. I was seeing some cartons being eaten, things being eaten. That was years ago. And I said, these are rats. Dr. Lee said, yes. So I didn't see anything. I got a stick near me. Because these rats were very smart. They will just come down. It's like they look around, pew. So I got a stick. And as I saw them, I jumped. Of course, they were smarter. They just moved. So I now got rat poison. But these people, this generation of entity, they had immune. Sir, they eat the fish, nothing happened. These were not rats, these were bandits. Nothing happened. You say, phew. I say, Finally, somebody said, get rat gum. That when they put their leg, pew. So we got rat gum, kept in strategic place. We woke up, we didn't see the gum. As the gum gummed them, they left with the gum. I'm sure they went to their colleague to help them remove the gum. what kind of problem is this? The department, sir, you'll be hearing on the pot. They will open it and they take their time. They will eat. So I didn't talk. And I said to them, don't leave any food stuff in the kitchen. Don't leave this. Not if you see you go chop. We started keeping things far. Fixed a door, secured it very well. There was no access. Covered it up to the ground floor. Sir, it's like there was a riot in the house. One by one, we're not hearing noise anymore. Because there was provision for them. Rice here, yam there, this there, that. So this one go and tell colleague, come and see. Come and see. And that one will come back. And he just land full bag of rice. You see rice? You see carbohydrate? You see beans, protein? You see meat? That's how they are standing in the middle of the meat. We starve them by process, not one. There are things, child of God, don't kill yourself over, just know how to handle them. Temptations will come. You will see things the devil will tell you, help yourself, you are dying in this local place. This is an opportunity to be wealthy. A young man from Sierra Leone told me how he gave money, person took it, he saw this. I went to the US. Everything says I'm suffering because it's in the US. I said it will not go far. An inheritance may be gotten hastily at the beginning. The end shall not be blessed. Proverbs 20:21. Jeremiah 17:11 says, as partridge sits on egg, the young man called. They should tell him to please forgive him. He's in jail in America. Be careful when you see distractions. Distraction is Satan searching for your attention. He wants to get your attention. That's why it brings distraction. Number 3, and then I'll pray. Delay. What is number 1? What is the first battle of your dream? Second? Third? Delay. Took 13 years. Delay is a function of both distraction and discouragement. When you are discouraged, you are distracted, is that the enemy might sponsor delay. Delay to that dream. 13 years, sir. He that shall come shall come. What God has said will happen. It doesn't matter the conspiracy of Satan and how he tries to steal your timing. What God has said will come to pass must come to pass. This delay is a stretch in time between expectation and manifestation. A stretch, a pace in time between expectation and manifestation. Sir, you must deal with the yoke of delay, because a delayed miracle is a prolonged ridicule. A delayed miracle is a prolonged ridicule. When a miracle is delayed for long, ridicule is prolonged. When a man has been kept, are you aware the Bible said God said that they will go through the land, and after about 400 years they'll be out of captivity, but the enemy added 30 to make it 430. So for 30 years they were delayed more. 30 years is long enough for a boy to become a man. 30 years is long enough for an undergraduate to not just grow to doctorate but professorial level. 30 years is long enough for a girl to become a mother of child. 30 years was wasted, and then no wonder the Bible says in Psalm 90 verse 14, satisfy us early by thy mercy. Everyone under the sound of my voice, whatever has delayed your manifestation, whatever has delayed your lifting, whatever has delayed your next level, that thing shall crash. Every delay to your dream, delay to your future, delay to your next level, delay to the purpose of God for your life. God has said something about you, but the enemy has delayed it. God has said something about you, but the enemy has contended it. Hear me and hear me well. As you say amen, that delay is broken. That delay is broken. That delay is broken. That delay is broken. Everyone under the sound of my voice, hear me and hear me well. The God of heaven is about to give you speed. Speed in your life, speed in your marriage, speed in your health, speed in your profession, speed in your career. It took Joseph 13 years, but what God said came to pass. What God has said about you, I see it come to pass. I see it come to pass. I see it come to pass. Be upstanding. Be upstanding. Hear me? He said, as God said it, will he not make it good? As God said it, will he not do it? As he spoken, this year will not end without a manifestation. Even if it's the last day of the year, you will not go into 2027 with the dream of 2026.